What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Today we are going to, I am late. I know I'm late, y'all. I missed our Mystic Monday reading where we have a look at the week ahead. My life has been a little bit chaotic. So while I'm shuffling, just bear with me and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, and not so much a story, but kind of like what's going on with the energy. So again, like I said, things have been a little bit chaotic. My son's going back to school right now. I'm actually, funny enough, I've been trying to like cut out a couple habits in my life that I'm like not really super keen on. I know that they're not really bringing me to places that I want to go. Okay, there's habits that I don't want to come along with me, on my own glow up journey. Really been evaluating and doing some reflection lately on the self. Now, of course, we're all in this together here at the Divine Feminist, but I was scrolling through TikTok, right? And I came across this trend and I'm absolutely here for it. So it's called the Great Lock-In, okay, 2025. And this is like a collective vibe check that I feel like we didn't even know that we needed. It's all about, cutting out noise, locking into discipline, and really going all in on ourselves, like from now until the end of the year, right? So it's not like about hustle culture or burning out, okay? I know it kind of sounds that way, but it's really about like consistency and keeping promises to ourselves and showing up so that we can just glide really easily into 2026, already in motion instead of like scrambling for like New Year's resolutions and all that stuff, right? And here, at the Divine Feminist, we're all about like claiming our power and setting boundaries and creating like these structures that support our glow up. So I thought, oh my gosh, let's do this as a collective. This trend is so aligned with, our values. And it's because, it's not about proving ourselves to the outside world. It's about locking in for you, for your future self, and for this life that you're really trying to build, right? Brick by brick, ritual by ritual, and habit by habit. Okay. So I'll tell you what one of mine is. I've struggled with, I was a longtime smoker for many years. And then after I had my son, I switched over to a vape. And then I've been struggling with like quitting and picking it back up and quitting again and all this stuff. And I am over here kind of like losing my mind. That's one of the things. Okay. And then a couple other habits, right? Just getting into a solid routine, not missing any readings and just trying to create some stability in a little bit of a chaotic life as we all have. We're all really busy. But anyways, so my intention, I know if you're still here, awesome. It's only been 3 minutes. I feel like I've been speaking forever without even talking about the reading. My intention for this reading is to have everybody here who's interested kind of come on board with this. Open your mind to what that might look like for you if you were to start locking in on your own goals right now. Okay. According to the trend, it started September 1st, but you know what? This is going to be the 3rd when this reading pops out. It's late night on the 2nd for me as I'm recording this. It's literally like after 9 o'clock, got my kid to bed, and I'm like committed. I am doing a reading. I'm not missing another single day. Okay, so we're locking in on our goals. We are we are setting the stage to where we want to be. Okay, now of course that's going to be personal for each and every one of us here. We all have our goals. Anyway, we're going to get into the reading. This reading here is going to be kind of a snapshot of our week ahead, yes, to pick up for what we missed on Mystic Monday. But it's also going to be acting as almost like a base point of where we are, the energy we're working with, and then we're going to use some tarot and see what we can do next steps. If you are interested in this energy, if you're interested in becoming part of this, feel free to, do some Googling, get on TikTok or wherever else. Maybe it's here on YouTube. I don't know, but I'm so here for it. It is called, are you ready? The Great Lock-In 2025, and we're on board. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into the message where we're all starting. Okay. Okay, besties, we are going to lock in together. Let's start with courtship, poverty, and pathway. To me, this really feels like the reality check, right? We've been in situations and connections and circumstances that really kept us playing small or feeling really limited or, unsure of our next move, right? And I feel like spirit right now is showing us that we're not stuck there anymore. There are pathways open and available to us. There's a path out, right? We can keep flirting with the old cycle, or we can really start walking the walk, talking, not just talking the talk, but we're going to walk the walk, right? Walk this path forward. Um, Now, the second row with wealthy man, lovers, privileged lady. I feel like this is all about like where we want to be. Okay. And remember, it's not just about literal money or relationships. This is energy that is, it's talking about the abundant timeline where we have completely aligned partnerships and we have all the resources we need. We're completely supported. It's like stepping into privilege that we've earned really by showing up for ourselves. Okay. So it is personal, right? Whatever your glow up looks like when you sit there and you imagine where you really truly want to be, by this time, next year, or again, this great lock in is talking about what we can do in just 4 short months, like the final quarter of the year. So again, that we're already kind of gliding into 2026, and we're already set, routines in motion, things are happening. So I feel like this is all about really diving in, okay, and really figuring it out. What is it that you want your life to look at, okay? Spirit is here confirming that this timeline for you, whatever that might be, like I said, it's very personal. It already exists, right? We're just trying to shift so that we align with it, okay? It's already out there. There's already a version of you living that dream life of yours, okay? It's already out there. So Spirit's just confirming it here. And I have to say, before we go on here, I am going to be asking 3 clarifying questions using tarot for this, but they are also questions that you could use for yourself, like without tarot, okay? Maybe just with like your journal if you feel like doing some homework, bestie. I will list the questions in the pinned comment below because this is, like I said, I'm going to pull energy for it, but it is very personal, okay? So we're going to read it, but again, you can take this home and you can figure this out for yourself too, okay? Just a little homework. All right, now back to it. 3rd row. Okay, we have thoughts change in courthouse. And I feel like this is the key. We're really needing to think differently, right? And we've been talking about this in some of our readings, like flipping the script in our mind and all this kind of stuff, right? This is basically like a mental reset, is what we're being asked to do this week. So this is like time to plan, all right? We've got to plan. We've got to strategize. We've got to mentally commit to this change, right? And, courthouse basically says it's time to make it official, right? Lock it in, right? We're going to lock it in. No more wishy-washy energy, if we really want this, abundance, right? If we want the abundance row, it is decision time. So it's time to sign your own contract with yourself and absolutely mean it. And that's what this whole movement, I'll call it, is really all about, right? So I'm actually really excited. It's got me jazzed. I hope that you're feeling this tinge of motivation if you're tuning into this reading. I am going to jump into these questions. We are going to ask tarot, but again, I'm going to post them down below so you can do some thought exploration for yourself, okay? But let's go ahead and see what energy is around these questions for our collective, all right? So what old thought patterns are we ready to release so that we can really step into the new path, or onto the new path, I should say? Well, there we have the Empress. We don't really need to release that. I feel like we need to embody that more, but let's see what else comes out here. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Very nice. It's interesting. And then we have the Moon. Okay, the Moon, and you know what? I can't ignore this. The 5 of Cups, and I feel like this wants to come out too, the Ace of Swords. Okay, there's a reason. All right, let's pull this. Okay, besties, so for our collective, let's answer this for our collective, and then of course, you can go ahead and personalize this by answering it for yourself, very honestly. But for our collective, what I see here with this Empress, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, It tells me that our motivation is already lit. Okay. We're curious, we're inspired, and we are definitely in our creative, fertile energy. Okay. So this is the part here where we're keeping this. Okay. We're not releasing this. Absolutely no question. This is staying. These cards are not about release. This is about the gifts that we're already holding. But again, when I looked at the bottom of the deck, right, what's hiding underneath? The moon, the Five of Cups, and then the Ace of Swords. This is shadow work. Okay. The moon and the Five of Cups shows us, the fears, our illusions, any old disappointments that, we've been kind of dragging around, right? This is the weight, okay? It's the mental clutter. And Spirit's saying that it's time to get really clear on what serves us and what doesn't, okay? We're going to treat every single day we wake up during this great lock in moment as like each day resets new, okay? We forget the baggage, we forget everything that went wrong. We just wake up, new mindset, new day, as if nothing has ever happened in the past. It's kind of it's we're trying to reset. We're trying to switch timelines. We're trying to align with our highest version of ourselves, right? So I feel like that's the clarity, because I love that the Ace of Swords is here. The clarity is already here. It's already cutting through. It's not about purging who we are or abandoning the spark, right? It's about seeing through the fog, okay? Which I've been saying a lot because it's been really foggy here if you've been tuning into our shorts recently, but the sun peaks out soon, I bet. Anyway, it is about recognizing, where we've been, holding on to any kind of regret or fear, and now we're just consciously choosing differently. So as a collective, we're not so much releasing our energy, we're refining it. We're separating truth from illusion, and we're definitely locking in with crystal clear vision on what we actually want to bring forward with us. Okay, so let's go ahead. I feel like let's go ahead and we're going to move on to the next question. Okay, again, it will be posted below. So, what daily action or habit can we commit to that makes our glow up timeline like inevitable, right? What can we do to make our glow up timeline inevitable? Like a daily action or habit or energy to embody, whatever wants to come out here. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Wow, okay. I feel like it's exactly what I just stated. Sometimes spirits like that, I'll say something and then the cards come up to kind of just confirm what's at the back. Okay, this is exactly what it is. Oh, now I'm going to feel like a broken record. I don't want to feel like a broken record. Look it is about waking up every single day, releasing. Like, it's exactly what I just said about waking up each day with the reset energy. Okay, releasing. We're not carrying any kind of old regret, confusion over what we choose. Are we going to make our mark? Are we going to doubt ourselves? We're not going to do that. We're going to wake up every day as if we are already living in the highest timeline. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So you wake up in the morning, first thing that you do, you're not, oh, what should I do today? No, you already know because you've got a plan, right? You already know because you got a plan. And that's what's going to be part of your major steps, okay, this week, right? We're gonna, I can't help you actually make that plan for yourself. It's something that you've got to do. There are plenty, like I said, go please look it up. There are plenty of prompts and things online. Even just answering these questions for yourself can help you dig up what it is that you want to accomplish, right? What are your goals? Let's get to it and get very clear. What we're not going to do is we're not going to wake up how we normally do each day. We're going to change the little things. We're going to change our little habits. We're going to wake up. We're going to express gratitude right away as soon as our feet hit the floor, right? We're going to say all the things that we're grateful for, and we're going to put ourselves in the newer version of ourselves' shoes. Does that make sense? So if your goal is, I want to have a multi-million-dollar company or something like that, I'm just putting that out there as an example. You're going to wake up and you're like, okay, here we go. As soon as you're going to do a thought exercise, what would someone be grateful for? I wake up, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I get to go into work. It's my dream job. I have $1 million in my bank. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. Be grateful for the things that you feel you would be grateful for if you were already living that timeline. You know what I mean? So it's all about shedding the doubts, shedding the confusion, making very solid choices, having a plan in place, holding back from any kind of old thought patterns and loops and things that keep you feeling stuck, and really focusing on the joy and where you want to see yourself in the future. So it's almost like we're reprogramming our mindset, and that's a huge part of it. Okay, so that's a daily action or habit that we can commit to, right? So it's also going to be tied to what it is that, what area of your life you want to grow in. You know, if it's a new health regimen, or if it's sticking to a routine, or if it's getting 8 hours of sleep, or whatever that could be for you, or if it's dropping a bad habit, like your girl over here. Every day you're going to wake up, we're going to commit to that. We're doing it. We're locking in. It's happening. Um, but I do have to say, like, okay, we're focused and everything, but we still are human. I'm not giving you like a permission slip to screw it up, but but if you do make a mistake, it's okay. Pick it up the next day. You reset every day. Okay, that's what you're committing to, is the reset every single day. All right. I hope you're following me. I don't want you to beat yourself up if you slip up, or if you whatever, right? Or if you forget, or if, I don't know, if you're just not on it one day, that's okay. Next day, you're right back on the horse. Okay. Whatever this is for you. So that is a daily action and habit that you can commit to. All right. And that is going to get you where you want to be. Okay. That's going to make your glow up timeline inevitable. Now, the next question I have here is, if you have to make this decision official today, what would your personal lock-in contract say? What should we include in that? And that, again, is something that you could explore on your own. Okay. That's something that you would explore personally on your own, right? So for our collective, if we had to make this decision official today, what would your contract say? What would our contract say? Our personal lock-in contract. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have Temperance, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Queen of Cups. Okay, let me tune into this one. Okay, so this is really our launch pad moment, right? Our collective contract. Let's get into what it would say here. It would say, I commit to balance. I commit to blending patience with passion and discipline with self-compassion. I will not swing into extremes. I will create steady harmony in my daily life. I commit to vision. I know where I've been and I'm looking forward to what's next. I choose my path with intention, not fear, and I will act in alignment with the future I'm building. I commit to adaptability. I can juggle change without losing myself. Life will always throw curveballs, but I am flexible, resilient, and capable of handling my priorities with grace. I commit to emotional integrity. My heart will guide me. I will honor my intuition, nurture myself, and lock into choices that align with my emotional truth. Okay? Now, to me, I feel like that's beautiful. That's our collective lock-in contract, okay? And of course, your personal one is going to be unique, okay? But this is the energy Spirit is offering us as a launch pad, okay? We are balancing, we're envisioning, okay? We're adapting, and we're leading with love. So, bestie, if you're ready, sign your own version of the contract in your heart, in your journal. Even though you can even say it out loud right now. And you can even go back and write this down, or maybe again, I'll put our contract if you want to sign it in the comment section. You can just sign it by claiming it, signing it, write your name. I don't care how you do it, put an emoji, whatever. Sign the contract here, if you're ready, okay? Because I feel like once you make it official, Spirit's going to meet you there, okay? So I am so into this energy. I'm going to be talking about it further as we move along. Hopefully, let's keep each other motivated. Don't let me forget if I slip up, okay? Let's keep each other accountable. Let's keep each other locked in here, and let's all get to our highest timeline for ourselves together as a collective, because you know what? Why not? I love it. I'm so here for it. And you know what? I hope you all have a very blessed day. again, thank you for your patience for waiting for me to lock in. And yeah, I mean, I'll be locked in with readings as well as part of my own personal thing here. So expect a lot more coming from me out here, maybe even some additional readings. And yeah, anyone who's ordered personals, I'll be locking in on those this week as well. Okay, so they're coming. Anyways, sending lots of love. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys, are locking in the comments. All right, take care. And I'll read for you again soon, bestie. Bye.